These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Nice counter. A perfect counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. How about that time counter shot? And he scores with the counter. These two fighters are made for one another. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Just missed with that hook. Good counter punching. Catch and shoot. Nice counter shot. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the... And there's the bell for round two. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Just hold it right there. Berlanga is wobbly. They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed back on it. Like it never happened.
He threw a punch and just got countered. So much firepower here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Oh boy, the Miracle Man now in some trouble. And now they're right back into the fray.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. He is down big time on the score. The bell rings and we start the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Caution being thrown to the wind. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter punch caught him clean. One punch could change everything in this battle. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Uh-oh, code red time here for Daniel Jacobs. What is he going to do? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You getting soft on me?
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. They exchange punches. They're both trying for a knockout. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The chosen one! Is he about to go down? And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here.
Starting to make mistakes.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punch. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Beautiful counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity. Let's start the sixth. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. They both want a knockout, you can tell. And he just missed with that left jab. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The courage on display here is incredible. Just misses with that jab. The straight right just misses. Jacobs in real trouble. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs.
I need you to focus on what you're doing.
There's the bell to start round 7. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The straight right just misses. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Believe what we're seeing. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Right uppercut just off target. He's focusing on the body almost exclusively. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. about Jacobs in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them.
You're thinking you're smart.
There's the bell for round 8. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
There's a counter shot. Insane action. Nice counter punch right up the middle. No rest for the weary. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. That was the moment.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Nice slip to avoid the jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to...
Just blocks them back together.
And there's the bell for round 9. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What a win! Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
Are you okay?
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's